Finding the right niche can be challenging, so today I'm going to help you to demystify the entire process so you can finally choose a niche that you can stick with. Also, if you stay until the end, you will see how one of my students has made $2 million thanks to my training. Okay, so today is the second module in a free course that I am uploading to YouTube. Now, previously, we looked at how to structure an affiliate business without a website, but in this lesson, you're going to learn how to find the perfect niche for practically every business model. Now, I'm going to put a link to all other modules in the description so you don't miss out on anything. Okay, so let's go to the computer and I'll walk you through finding the perfect niche. Okay, welcome back. Welcome to module 2, how to find your niche. So finding your niche all starts with your existing knowledge. So let's think about your passions, your interests, and your existing skills. Now we're going to drill down into really how to find that and what to do if you don't have any skills later on. Just to move forward, let's say you have your passion figured out, you know what your skills and your interests are. We need to match that with the market demand. So we need to know people are out there willing to buy information about this passion, interest, or skill. And this overlapping section here, that is where you find your market. Now, your market is not your niche. So for example, if you've managed to get in shape or lose a few pounds for summer, a skill or an interest of yours might be fitness or weight loss. And if we know that there's a demand for that, then the market could be weight loss. But we're not done yet, because we now need to move on to find your niche. A niche is something that exists within a market. I'll show you what I mean. Because let's say we have your market here. So let's say we're going with weight loss for the moment. That's the market. We now need to have the market that's available. So we think about who your customer is. Once you know who they are, for example, we might say that the customers within the market we want to deal with are men. We now have this overlapping section here, and that is your niche. So your niche could be weight loss for men. But again, we're not done yet because we need to drill down further. So back at this slide, so we have weight loss for men. We have this intersection here, but we can half it again so we can drill down further by focusing on the specific circumstances. So the specific situation that men who want to lose weight might find themselves in. So for example, we could speak to people who are over 40. So we now have this intersection here, this overlapping portion of the market. So we've halved it by choosing to speak to men, and then we've drilled down even further by choosing men over 40. So now we have a sub niche, and that's the level you want to get to, because if we follow this formula, your sub niche is now weight loss for men over 40. Now, I will show you how to do this because I've got some homework for you. So this course is hands-on. You do have to implement this stuff to get the results. So I want you to make a list of all the non-fiction books you've read recently. So take a look at your Kindle downloads, take a look at your bookshelf, take a look at the magazines you've read. So maybe you have subscriptions to a particular type of magazine, have a look at that. Make a list of the websites that you visit, take a look through your history. Also take note of the YouTube channels that you tend to watch. Now, I would say to you, if you're watching a lot of digital marketing and entrepreneurship related YouTube channels, but you don't have any any real skills or credibility in that niche, then maybe choose something that you do have some kind of tangible results that you can show other people. Again, if you don't have any results, don't worry, because I'm going to show you how to get around that later on. Also, list your skills, the things you're good at. Make a list of your hobbies, the things you enjoy doing, your passions. Also, think about your career, the jobs that you've had in the past, the ones that you've been good at, the ones that you've enjoyed. So make a list of all this stuff. It is going to take you a little while to do, but that's okay, because you've got plenty of time to do this. So give it the attention to detail that it deserves, and really spend the time, because this is going to set you up hopefully for years to come. So when you enter the right niche, it's going to be one that you have some level of interest in, you feel a degree of passion for. You should ideally have some kind of credibility, some results to show, and those results don't have to be massive. If we're talking about weight loss, if you've managed to lose a few pounds over the course of a couple of months, that's good enough, right? You don't have to be world class. You don't have to be a big expert and have all this wealth of knowledge. Don't worry about any of that stuff. You just need to be a few steps ahead of your customers. I'll say that again. You just need to be a few steps ahead of your customers, and you're going to be fine. Now, to really help you drill down into the niche level, here's a little bonus tip, because we can go to Wikipedia and search for more ideas. Wikipedia is an absolute goldmine of niche ideas, because if we go to Wikipedia, we have this search bar. So let's think about a niche. Let's say you know how to grow plants and you feel a degree of passion for that. So you want to help people who want to grow plants. So let's type in something like horticulture. So it's going to give you a drop-down list of potential topic ideas. So each one of these, when we drill down, could be a niche for you. So let's start at the market, horticulture, and then we can go down to the content, have a look at all these sub-niche ideas for you to drill down into. So take advantage of Wikipedia, because if we have a look at this, it's giving us an also see section. So we can drill down into horticultural oil or horticultural therapy. So we can click on that and then go further into that niche to really drill down into the sub-niche level. Now, what if you don't have any skills? Well, don't let that stop you, because the solution is very simple. All you have to do is find people who do have the skills or do have the knowledge that you need. And we'll speak about this later on in the course, because you don't have to produce any content yourself. There are thousands upon thousands upon thousands of experts already out there in the world just waiting to share their knowledge. So I'll tell you more about that later on. Okay, so let's go back to your list. So you've made a few notes. You have some rough ideas of where to go. Next, we have to validate your niche. So to do this, we're going to use a few websites. So I want you to go to Google to check for AdWords. I'll show you how to do that in a second. Also have a look at Facebook to check for adverts. Make sure people are running ads for your niche. Also, we're going to check Amazon to make sure that books and magazines are being sold. We need to make sure that people are actually buying information products. So let's head to Google and let's mix things up a little bit. Let's think about a different niche now. So maybe learn guitar, because the guy who set me off on this path of digital marketing and list building, well, he's a guitar tutor, and that's his niche. So let's have a look at learn guitar. So what we want to see is this ad, this piece of text that says ad. So it tells us that people are buying ads for this niche. And that's important because if people are spending money on ads, chances are they're doing it because it produces a return on their investment. It makes them money. So we definitely want to see some ads on here. Now you can click through and have a look at these. However, bear in mind, each time you click on one of these, you are going to cost that person the price of a click. And sometimes that can be quite expensive. So for that reason, I'm not going to click on any of these because I don't want to cost anyone any money needlessly. Okay, so we make sure that we can see those ads being run on Google. Next, we can have a look in Facebook, because what tends to happen is if you go through enough websites related to your niche, you're going to start seeing ads in Facebook for that type of content. The way to spot ads in Facebook is with this sponsored piece of text there. So that tells you it's an ad. Now for me, it's showing me ads relating to digital marketing because that's my whole world. So it thinks that that's the type of things I would buy, and rightly so. For you, it's going to be something else. Next, we have to go to Amazon and we check all departments, go down to books, and now we type in your niche. So we could type in learn guitar, and we can see that there's a lot of books being sold, but are people buying them? That's what we need to validate here. So here we have the number of reviews. Obviously, the higher the number of reviews, the more people are buying the book. So take your time, go through this list, have a look at the books that are getting the most traction. So this one has got 2,300 comments. So if we have a look at this, to really validate that people are actually buying this product, we need to make sure that it's a verified purchase. So now we know that all the sales here are legit. So verified purchase, good stuff. We will be returning to Amazon later on in the course because Amazon itself has got so much valuable data that we can use. Let me just give you a little preview of how we're going to use Amazon. Because if we have a look at, let's say, the 2-star reviews, we can see what people don't like about products. So we now know what they want, but how they are being underserved. So we can create content and free products that fills in the gap. I'll talk more about that another time. But when you have all 3 of these checked off and it's looking good, you now know if it's a profitable niche or not. Now, in the next module, in module 3, you're going to find affiliate offers that you can promote. Now, I promised to tell you more about my student, Matt, who's made over $2 million thanks to my training. If you want to know the secret on how he did it and you are really serious about making money, well, you're going to need more web traffic. So I will give you the secret traffic methods that I never share on YouTube or anywhere else. You can get them all for free when you go to profitcopilot.com/traffic, and I'll put a link to that in the description as well. And if you found this useful, give it a thumbs up below, subscribe to the channel too, hit that little notification bell so you never miss an update from me, and I will hopefully see you again in a couple of days' time. Take care.